Forest first out against Tottenham, Southampton against Oldham, Sunderland against Coventry City, West Ham United against Derby County. We'll have action from all these matches coming next. Challenge of Sunderland, the team's goalless in the first match. David Livingstone started a memorable night for him and Coventry with that header following Greg Downs' free kick. And 5 minutes later it was Livingstone again, Regis chesting the ball down and Livingstone sweeping in the left foot shot. Into the second half now, Sunderland down to 10 men, having had Gary Owers sent off. Livingstone completing his hat-trick, Regis again the provider. And Livingstone had yet more to offer, rounding Gary Bennett to drive his and Coventry's fourth past keeper Tim Carter. And it was left to Mickey Ginn to complete Sunderland's night of misery with this 71st minute goal, Coventry into the semi-finals. Needless to say, the first game was drawn, resulting in a replay at White Hart Lane. Highlights coming up, but before that, the goals from the first match, commentary from Martin Tyler.
Yes, can keep Forest going forward. Jemson, and it was hooked away in the nick of time by Mabbott. Laws. Tottenham trying to hold a line on the edge of the area. They've got to retreat now. Orlickson. Oh, and Torstvedt's lost it, and Crosby must score and does. A goalkeeping catastrophe for Eric Torstvedt. Pulled out by Parker. Laid off by Crosby, who goes for the return from Clough. Mammoth's had to come across, but Forest now getting players up in support. Jemson let it run, Parker's in for a goal. Nottingham Forest have swept forward again, and this was authentic. Lineker should reach this, does, scores. 2-1, Tottenham are back in it. Sedgley. Chapel hasn't cleared it very far. Allen. Thomas. Desperate moments these for Nottingham Forest. Oh, and a cracking goal from Sedgley. Out of nothing. Tottenham have made just one change from the side which fought back so splendidly at the City Ground. Naeem starts a senior game for the first time since October in place of Vinnie Samways. And midfield is a key area for Terry Venables, bearing in mind his side haven't won a game since Paul Gascoigne's injury. Nottingham Forest have named an identical lineup, but there is one improvement. Des Walker was badly weakened by flu in the first match. He's fully recovered now. Nigel Jemson will also be the better for his first senior goal at Derby on Saturday. Brian Hill from Kettering about to get the quarter-final replay underway. Forest furious with themselves for being taken to this second game. Tottenham really striving to keep their season alive. It was an exhilarating 90 minutes in Nottingham, and I'm sure more of the same to come. Eric Torstvedt will hope for better fortune against Nottingham Forest this time. Mitchell Thomas is playing at left back. He was in midfield against Arsenal at Highbury. So one or two little tactical variations from Terry Venables. Pat Van den Hauwe wearing 3 but playing at right back. Paul Allen. It's an awkward one for Steve Sutton. Naeem follows in. What a start! The manager has got the selection right so far. Steve Sutton had to go for it. He played so splendidly in the first game, and Naeem just rammed it in. But as we study another replay here, keep an eye on David Howells, who's gone right in on the line. Was he offside? It looked like it. Parker. The play stop for a foul on Jemson by Howells. Parker. Crosby. This is Chettle. Stuart Pearce with plenty wearing red to aim for in the middle. Howells very tough in his approach again to try and win the ball. Jemson with a very clever turn. Crosby could benefit from this. And that was a whisker away from an equaliser. And already a courageous response by Nottingham Forest. But look at that change of direction by Jemson. He made it all possible. And Crosby, who scored in the first game, wasn't too far away then. Jemson. Oh, Polston overcommitted then. Last Wednesday, when there were a lot of talking points in the other Littlewoods Cup ties, there was an almost angelic feel to this game. Hodge, Crosby, oh! He seemed to have so much of the far side of the goal to aim at, but he just opened his foot too much. And Hodge, who had 18 months here with Spurs, so close to setting up an equaliser against his old club, and Crosby should have taken that. Lineker. It was only Brian Laws to stop Paul Allen then. Come across a long way on the cover. Polston. Now Clough. Oh, and that deflected off Polston for Crosby, and another one goes a-begging for Nottingham Forest. Clough was looking for a different sort of pass, but it deflected off Polston perfectly for Crosby. And the Littlewoods Cup holders might rue that one. Played off well by Lineker. Oh, and Stewart's offside. Des Walker, with that exceptional acceleration, was able to get back in any case. I don't think Paul Stewart had heard the whistle. Pearce, and here comes Brian Laws, who loves to crack them from this sort of range. Orlickson attacking Mitchell Thomas this time. Forrest hoping that he can deliver the cross. He settles for the corner, the Icelander, who could have been a professional skier. Parker. The short corner routine breaking down for Forest. Lineker wanted somebody to his right. There was no one there, but there were plenty to the left. Allen. It was Chettle who saw the pass from Naeem coming. Clough leading the breakout for Forest. This time it is a genuine counter-attack as opposed to just an attack. Crosby, and it's brought the equaliser from Hodge. And Forest certainly deserve it. So Steve Hodge comes back to White Hart Lane and makes a point perhaps to Terry Venables. He flew into the middle to pilfer the goal, and Crosby, who's missed a couple of chances, certainly cut Tottenham apart to make that one for Hodge. Polston backpedaling, but Crosby got it across, and Hodge was flying in. He didn't do too well at the start of the Terry Venables regime, Steve Hodge. He was actually sent off here playing for Spurs against Liverpool. Tottenham free kick, does that count? Thomas actually made contact with a moving ball. Only just moving, but enough for the referee to say, take it properly. Naeem deliberating with Sedgley. Sedgley takes it. Stewart. Danger not over yet for Forest. Howells. Hodge can clear and bends the pass superbly for Crosby. Oh, and there's a man over here. It's Jepson, found by Parker. Sedgley trying to hold him up. Jepson trying to get past him. He's done that. Oh, my word! Terrific goal. And Nottingham Forest have done it again. They have broken the length of the pitch. And Tottenham will have talked about how you can get caught out by them. And still they haven't been able to stop it, but Jepson was a jewel here. He slipped Sedgley and then hammered it into the roof of the net. A goal at Derby on Saturday, that was his first for the club in a senior game, and a second, a splendid one, at White Hart Lane. Sedgley. Thomas, Naeem. Oh, and Mabbott, in his free roll, was nearly embarrassed then. Holston gets there before Clough, but not before Pearce. Can Crosby keep it in? Well, he did, but he was adjudged offside, to the relief of Tottenham. It's not been an easy season for the Spurs fans. They're still coming to terms with the sale of Chris Waddle, and they were very anxious then when Torsfed had turned his back. This is what happened. Holston, look at Torsfed. There's the ball, the crowd yelled. Well, Vanden Hauwe, who's had a difficult time with an injury recently, a groin strain, and he hasn't been able to complete the course here. But Chris Hughton, an ideal replacement. Himself just back from a long spell on the treatment table. It ran for Naeem. Oh, and Lineker set off with real conviction that time that the supply might be there for him. Beautiful work by Clough to deceive Howells. And he matched it with a pass. Well, he's found Parker. Terry Venables is going to make his second substitution, and this, I think, is a tactical switch. Paul Stewart is replaced by Paul Walsh. And Stewart heads straight for the dressing room. To sort this one out, maybe with a yellow card. And it's that type of tackle that has put a question mark perhaps against Pearce in the steamy atmosphere of a World Cup. But he wasn't booked. Naeem. Ball by Clough. good time for Paul Walsh to regain his goal-scoring touch. He might do it here! Oh, he has! What an arrival! Only his second goal of the season. The last one was against Arsenal here in October. But from Terry Venables' viewpoint, a superb substitution. 2-2 at White Hart Lane, just as it was at the City Ground. Howells went in bravely and got the run against Chettle. We're halfway through the second half, and of course, if it stays this way, we would get extra time. Well, Paul Walsh was trying to find a position here, and just look at what it meant to him. A whoop of joy. Half accepts the punishment dished out to him again by Naeem this time. Shoots. Claims that it was deflected unsuccessfully. Mistake by Polston. Has collected it. My word, you have to hand it to Nottingham Forest. What resilience. Lesser teams would have been dreadfully affected by losing that lead, but they've got it back again. Tottenham seemed to freeze. They thought Hodge handled perhaps. Nobody else did who mattered in terms of referee or linesman. And Steve Hodge has got his second. Nottingham Forest have got their third. Lineker. That's Mabbott. There was another claim for handball by a Forest arm, but Parker didn't really make up his mind about where to deliver the pass. Tottenham are angry because they feel that two decisions have gone against them here. One in each penalty area. Mabbott felt he got the ball as well. But it is a Forest free kick. Hodge is the Forest player trying to fill the wall and make a gap for Pearce to fire the ball through, which he's done. But not beyond Torsfeld. Hodge went out of the way. Did it actually go through that hole? Well, no, it went round the outside of the wall. Terry Venables made the point before this game that the duel between Walker and Lineker was of paramount importance. Lineker certainly won it a week ago, but Walker's had the upper hand for the most part tonight. But Lineker gets a shot in this time, and Sutton was able to keep it out. And that just shows how total the concentration has to be. And Walker couldn't prevent Lineker shooting with real power. Naeem, who began the night so spectacularly. Sedgley wants to get in the middle to flick it on this time. And Mabbott was poised to shoot. Everyone back for Forest. Houghton and Jemson will have the final touch, because that is the final whistle. And a former Spurs player, Steve Hodge, has played a great part in sending the holders of the Littlewoods Cup into the semi-final at the expense of Tottenham Hotspur.
And so this is how the Littlewoods Cup stands to date. The semi-finals will be played on a home and away basis. Forest playing host to Coventry in the first leg of their tie. Meanwhile, Southampton, Oldham, Derby and West Ham must fight it out for the other semi-final places. And that